Team Reeve is in Manhattan this weekend for the 39th running of the ING New York City Marathon.
I'm Karen Cottle, Team Reeve Director. It's the Saturday before the race and time for our team's pre-race pasta luncheon. It's a great chance for you to meet some of our athletes.
My name is Harris Bieber. I'm 29 and I'm from New York. And the reason why I'm running for Team Reeve is in honor of my friend Ethan, who was hit by a drunk driver crossing a street in Manhattan and left him paralyzed.
The reason I'm running for Team Reeve is my dad had a spinal cord accident skiing. He hit a tree in the end of February. It's been almost 8 months now.
I hate running, but I decided to run the marathon for Team Reeve because 10 years ago my wife suffered a spinal cord injury.
I'm running with Team Reeve in honor of my father, Oscar Rivera. He suffers transverse myelitis, which is a medical condition that causes the paralysis. He's been injured for 4 years now.
We just want to bring more support and help to Blaine. He's a severe quad and very special to us. And I'm very proud of John for his hard work.
I'm running for Team Reeve because this year, 2008, marks 25 years since my mother sustained a spinal cord injury. So I'm running in honor of her. Thought it was a good tribute, but also for my dad, who's been her sole caretaker.
And the reason I'm running for Team Reeve is that my dad was in a car accident and is now quadriplegic, and the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation has been a ray of hope in our lives.
I've learned that I have a great network of friends and family that are really there to support you, and that gets you through it. That gets you through the 5 o'clock in the morning runs, and it's been overwhelming, the outreach and support that I've gotten from all the people in my life.
People realize now that, just because you have an injury does not mean that you're any different. You still are completely capable of raising a family.
Along came the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation, and suddenly we felt like we were part of a community, and we weren't all alone in this, and that there was help and there was hope.
But when I took a step back and he looked at me and he said, "Everything's going to be fine, Cal. I know everything's going to be fine." And I go, "Yeah, you're right, Dad. Like you've said before, everything is going to be fine." And I just decided, okay, well, you know what? I have work, I have school, I have this, I have that. I'm just going to add one more thing. I'm going to do the marathon. We're going to raise money for you. We're going to do it together, and it's just going to be that much more motivating. And it was the best thing I ever did, because then I was able to meet so many people through the Reeve Foundation who were able to educate me on the injury, and none of our family or friends had ever been through a spinal cord injury. So the fact that I had this Reeve Foundation to fall back on and ask questions and get material.
Anything is possible. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. It just happens that my mom sits. That's all.
Here's to you, Blaine.
Yep, we're doing it. Finally. 6 months.
It's a perfect day for our 60 runners. We have many friends, family, and volunteers among the 2 million spectators out cheering them on today.
Very satisfying to see the cheering squads along the way as well. There were 5 along the course. Gave me inspiration when I needed it. When you hit the wall like mile 18, it's brutal.
I did the same thing that I did last year. I kind of assigned each helicopter a person. My dad, Chris, Dana, my grandmother, who also passed. So each time I saw a helicopter, it just reminded me of my inspiration, and I said, you know what, they're up there. They're looking down and very proud.
I think along the way you really become part of the story. You start reading a lot of stories, you hear a lot, different friends of mine who have gone through different traumatic things, and you just think about all the things that they go through, and all you're doing is running.
Well, we had a co-worker who was in an auto accident about 3 months ago, and she broke her neck at the 5th cervical. So from that, we were looking for help, and it just so happened that Team Reeve was helping us to get her help, and so we thought we'd return the favor.
How did you get involved with Team Reeve?
Well, I wanted to do a marathon, and I wanted to do it, for a cause that I thought was a worthy cause, and so I did some research, and Team Reeve kind of stuck out to me, and Karen and Coach Mark have been awesome. I love you. The whole team's been very supportive.
I ran in honor of my mom. My mom had a spinal cord injury 16 years ago, and she passed away a year ago of ovarian cancer. And so I was trying to get on with her. So for me, she was my angel, and got me through the rough spots. And when I met a teammate from Chris Reeves who was having a rough spot at mile 19, he said, I'm starting to really tire out. How you feeling? I said, I can get you to the finish.
I'm actually tired. I went to mile 8, ran a little bit there to catch up, and then came back into Manhattan, had to run a little bit more. So I've been on my feet all day too.
Second time running for Team Reeve in the New York City Marathon. I think over an hour faster than last year, but I'm twice as sore. I think it's time for a hot whiskey and a hot bath and bed for me.